So, okay. What, I know this is kind of old news at this point, but what got you to the point of, like, making that video that you made?
Which one?
The big...
The breakdown?
The breakdown video,
Yeah.
yeah. What got you to that point of making that?
I mean, like, it was like a slow burn, and then it got faster and faster and faster. So, like, I always start off by saying, like, when I explain it, I'm like, I think people need to understand that being a YouTuber was, like, my ultimate dream. Like, usually when YouTubers become big, they're like, how did you get into YouTube? They're like, I fell into it and stuff. Like, that wasn't the case for me. Like, I started YouTube with the goal of becoming a famous YouTuber.
Okay.
And so when I got it, and I'm a huge perfectionist anyway. Like, I'm just, like, always been like that in school. Like, I'm really hard on myself. So, like, getting it was, like, really bad for my mental health because I was like, I need to do everything I can to keep it. And I was, like, trying to top myself. And so, like, I don't know, like, I think one of the tipping points was when Casey Neistat, like, made a whole video about me after my coming out video, which just went viral. I was like, holy fuck, Casey Neistat, like, that's, like, a god to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, like, after that, I was just, like, YouTube became everything and everything to me. And, like, I didn't stop, and I was, like, never home. In April, like, the end of that month is when I posted the breakdown thing. I was on tour every weekend, and then I went to, like, award shows. I was at playlists. I was still making videos, and, like, I was doing, like, just everything, and I didn't have any time for myself. And I think just, like,
constantly working and constantly having to kind of be on, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, going to the conventions and stuff.
That shit is just so
exhausting.
It's exhausting.
Yeah. Because when I saw the video, I thought, this is a young girl that is being extremely raw and honest about something that a lot of YouTubers and social media people don't talk about.
Yeah.
Like, this overwhelming sense of, like, I got everything I want, but not, like, I'm still the same. I still feel the same. Like, this is exactly, because most people I've noticed on YouTube, most people want to be, like, big YouTubers. That's what their goal is, ever since when they were a kid. Like, and then you get that, and you're just like, what? I still feel like
you still feel unhappy.
Like dog shit. I feel terrible. And so, yeah, when I saw it, I was like, I think a lot of YouTubers and people in general, not just YouTubers, but I feel like a lot of people in general could just, like, really identify with it. And I thought it was really, like, I mean, obviously it was, like, really a lot for you, but I felt like a lot of people were like, yeah, I would never say that.
Yeah.
But like, that's exactly, like, what I'm feeling. Like, I've gotten what I wanted, but I'm not happy.
Yeah.
And so, what have you done since that to, like, kind of, because you seem, like, much better now. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I keep saying this, like, I'm better, but I'm, like, not. Like, I'm, like, better, because I feel like that was the extreme. Like, I was in a really, really, really bad place.
Yeah.
And if it was, like, on a scale, like, this being, like, the worst and this being, like, totally better, I would be, like, right here.
You're right in the middle.
Like, a little more, not in the middle. Like,
okay.
A little, like, and so, like, I've been, like, you know, trying not to put pressure in the videos. I have a lot of people who are really aware about, like, what's going on in my life. So, like, my manager's, like, really aware. And so, like, I don't know, like, a few days ago, he thought I was doing too much. So he canceled 2 meetings for me. I told him, no, I could do it. Because I'm like that. I'm like, no, I could push through it. And then I pushed myself to my breaking point.
Yeah.
So I have people who are, like, stepping in and stopping it before.
Oh, like, trying to help you from yourself, almost, because
exactly.
you're just like, no, I can do this, and they're like, no, you can't, don't do, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
like
I get that.
So that's I think that's been really helpful. I've obviously tried, I don't know, I've been, like, going into the gym, like, working out, like, you know, eating healthy.
And what is that, has all this been, because where were you, so on the scale that you're talking?
I was, like, in extreme, I'm now, like, right here, I'd say.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah.
That's less than halfway, but you're there.
Yeah, to be fair, like, this all happened, like 3 months ago, like 3 to 4 months ago, like
the breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, like, I still have a lot of time to, like, I'm just still processing it. I've tried I did like therapy for a bit, but then I moved, so I need to find a new therapist. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think brings you happiness? Because you said that this lifestyle doesn't really like bring you that. Like it doesn't.
know,
It's
yeah.
not the thing that brings you your happiness.
Mm.
So what would be that thing? Like
It's really fucked up because I think videos, like making videos, makes me happy, but this is also what's making me extremely unhappy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like I don't know because I'm like before YouTube, I used to make videos to like that was my hobby. That's what I used to do for fun, and now it's like I still love it. Like that's my passion. Like I love making like little.
that's your passion though.
Yeah.
I think that the thing that I've realized is that my passions don't bring me like happiness. My
Okay.
passions are something that bring me that almost like something to do.
Okay.
Almost a not a distraction, but there's something that bring me to the point of sometimes passions can be something that make you money. So you're able to live comfortably. So you're not unhappy based off of your like shitty living circumstances because now your passions bring you money, you can live comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never I like doing the same thing. I've been making videos for like 5 years, and they're very small bursts of happiness, but it goes away very quickly.
Yeah.
And I was always trying to figure out like what is the thing that like actually makes me happy.
Mm-hmm.
And I've realized that work is not something that makes anybody happy. I don't think work or passions make people happy. I think that happiness thing like comes very randomly.
Yeah.
Like a belch or something, or like gas. It just happens randomly, and you kind of like don't realize it until you're in it, and it only lasts for like a few minutes. Like really being very happy.
Yeah.
It lasts for like a few minutes, and it's usually something not involving work or like structure.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually just a random moment. Like so, the only example I can think of is I was with my girlfriend, this was like 3 months ago at Santa Monica Pier. We were just walking Santa Monica Pier, and we sit down at the end of Santa Monica Pier, and we're just like right next to each other. We're both silent. We're just we're hearing like waves and shit, and we're hearing that there's this guy playing this weird instrument that it sounded like, I don't know, it was a strange instrument. He was singing it wasn't even talking a language.
Yeah.
He was just singing, and it was really pretty. And I was just like really calm. And I wasn't rapid thinking because I think everybody is always has terrible anxiety and is always thinking like terrible thoughts and shit, like, or not even terrible thoughts, but just racing thoughts, and they don't stop. Like you think 1,000 thoughts a second, and then that stopped. All that stopped for like 2 minutes, and I wasn't even doing it. We weren't filming anything. We weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
And I just remember that was like, holy fuck, like I'm happy right now. Like this is actual happiness. This isn't like constructed like Disneyland. Let's pay $500 and be in debt and go be happy at Disneyland. It's not that, because it's not manufactured happiness.
Mm-hmm.
It's very like, it felt very, I wouldn't want to say earned, but it felt like, just felt real.
Yeah.
Just felt like a real moment of like actually being happy, and those don't happen that often.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm wondering is, have you had any of those moments? Like,
I think it's usually with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. I'd say family too, but I'd say more so with friends. And just like no cameras. It's always like, yeah, whenever I feel that, there's definitely like no social media, no cameras, just friends hanging out. And it could be the simplest things, like us just having dinner.
Doesn't YouTube kind of feel like a drug?
Oh my god, it is.
Yeah.
For sure. It's addicting as fuck.
Yeah. And you've only been doing, how many years have you been doing it for?
I started 2016.
2016.
Summer 2016.
Okay. And have you met like a bunch of people at these conventions?
Yeah.
Okay. And what has been your understanding of everybody at these, like,
Of
not
YouTubers?
of YouTubers
Okay.
in general? Because it's like, I mean, I'll just say what
Okay.
I've noticed that it's all the same, very much depressed, but secretly.
Yeah.
Very secretly, not really putting, and just constantly cracking jokes, which is fine. That's what people do in order to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I've noticed that it's this hidden, like, river of sadness in these people, and everybody's there, and it's almost like everyone feels that,
Yeah.
but no one's saying anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know if that's what you...
No, I think the same thing. I always say people back home, like from where I'm from in Canada, when I explain them, I'm like, it's like really dark. It's kind of like this, like, everyone is acting happy, but no one... Well, there's some people that are, I think, that are genuinely happy there. But, like, yeah, and it's also very... It's just high school. I've noticed that.
Yeah, no,
it is like high school part 2, but like on a bigger scale and like with more power.
Yeah.
And like it's like high school on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like high school if you get paid to skip class and fuck around.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And everybody loves you for it. I would say most of the world is like high school because there's a
know,
lot of like
yeah.
drama and there is a lot of cliques. There's a lot of like, you know, friend groups and shit like that, and you still get into those that stupid drama out in the real any workplace will have that, but YouTube, I don't know why YouTube feels so much like it. Maybe it's because the demographic is younger.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So yeah, you've noticed it's like.
And I also think social media plays a big part of that because like everyone has such power on social media. So like there's a lot of like, I'm gonna expose this person on my channel, and then like all the people.
Yeah.
They have like their clique. Like everyone's like, you know, Regina George.
Yeah.
Like everyone has their own like like the girls that will take care of like.
Get them sisters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's really toxic, but yeah. I don't know, it's so weird. Everyone's also such a character, in my opinion. All the YouTubers. Obviously, you have to be a little bit of one. And, like, just a little weird and a little off.
You have to be a little out there, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be able to... Because I've noticed that a lot of the teens that are there are characters in themselves, but they're too insecure to really bring that out of them. And I feel like that's why they like YouTubers, is because YouTubers are that. They're these... what would that be called? Extroverted?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're just like, their personality is like there. It's for you to see. And I think all the kids like are like, oh, I wish I was like that out there. I wish I was that comfortable in my own skin. When in reality, the YouTubers aren't that comfortable in their own skin.
No.
They're, at least from what I've seen, I mean, nobody's here to defend themselves.
No, I think because your YouTube personality is... for me, it's who I want to be. It's like a version of myself. It's like the best parts of myself. And so, like in real life, obviously, there's stuff that I don't show that online. Well, I've been showing some of it, been more honest, but I think that's where it gets like a little messy and a little blurry because like people don't see everything and they just think that YouTubers are like these great people when they're just really normal.
Well, yeah, I mean, very flawed, for sure. But every person is flawed. So, but it's just strange. Like, the audience always... Whenever a YouTuber messes up, the audience is like, how or any person of any kind of, like, celebrity, in big quotes there, whenever they mess up, they're like, how could they, like, hardcore shaming and hardcore, like, fucking, how could you do this, that, and the other. But, like, what about, most people fuck up. Most people do that, but it's just not documented, and it's just not, because YouTubers are constantly documented.
Yeah.
And it's just, it sucks because you see that at the conventions, like, everyone's afraid to fuck up. Everyone's afraid to say something about somebody who's there because they don't want to like have beef with that person, and then that person's gonna like fire back at them over Twitter because they found out high school. Yes. And yeah, it's just a lot of really antisocial people trying to be social. That's what I've at the conventions. That's really it is. Yeah. Yeah. I don't. It's wild. It's just like that idea of constantly having to appeal to like your fans and constantly having to message them, and you're like, I'm messaging all you guys, and I'm like, I'm so fucking tired, and I always have to be like at these meet and greets, and I always have to be on, and I always have to do this, and I always have to do that, and I guess because I don't really go to conventions because of that reason, because it doesn't feel normal to constantly be on for people and to take photos. It just doesn't feel like something I would do. Yeah. You know?
And it's just something you're expected to do, too. Like, it's like...
And if you don't, you're a dick.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just very unnatural to constantly be having conversation after conversation after conversation for like 3 hours straight. Yeah. And having to be your best self because all those people support you and you want to, you know, live up to their expectations, first of all, and also give them, like, their time of day, like, because your time of day, because they have supported you, and the reason you wouldn't be making YouTube videos if it wasn't for them. So, like, there's just, like, this mental battle, but you're exhausted, you're drained, and, like, I don't know, I always go to conventions, and, like, I feel that, and I feel, like, I remember, I had a writer recently, the Washington Post wrote a feature on me, and they had a writer shadow me. And so she came to Playlist Tri-State and was there for everything, and she told me a few days later, it's like, after the meet and greet, it was like you were a different person and you had no life in your eyes. Like, you...
Whoa.
Yeah, and I was like, holy fuck. I was
Yeah.
getting analyzed. It was insane.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know, it just... It takes so much energy out of me, and I think some people are better with dealing with it than others. But for me, I guess I don't know what it is. It just takes the life out of me. I don't know.
Huh. So, but you're gonna keep doing
Yeah,
it. You're gonna keep doing it.
It's like a drug. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it is.
I'm like self-sabotaging myself. It's weird because I'm like, I forget. Like, people tell me, and I do remember that I was drained, but I don't remember the feeling of it, if that makes sense. Like, I know I was drained, but I don't remember how bad it was, or, you know.
You mean what, at that convention?
Yeah, or like any
time.
It's pretty much every convention.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because after you're drained, you just, like, make another video and post it, and you get that high back or something, and you get that, like, holy shit, like, this feels really good, and this is what I enjoy. The problem, like I keep saying, like, the problem with most drugs is that they're short-lived, and a lot of the time when you're in it, you don't realize the damage that it's doing. And I'm not saying that this is doing damage. Like, I mean, it's obviously somewhat damage. I mean, you wouldn't have made that video if it wasn't doing some sort of damage. So, I don't know. It's like, it's a hard situation because it is the thing that brings you happiness, but it's also the thing that's fucking your life up.
I know.
And how do you deal with like this monster like that? Like, how do you deal with something that like bites your arm off and then hugs you?
Yeah.
You know, it's and I don't know, because I haven't done anything else for 5 years.
Yeah.
You ever think about that? How many you've been doing? 2 years.
Yeah.
You haven't really done anything else for 2 years.
No.
It's weird. It's weird. It's strange. Like, I feel like I don't have any skills.
Yeah, and I was thinking, like, even if I wanted to do something else, I have no fucking clue what I would do. Because
I haven't spent the last 5 years, like, I don't know, crafting some sort of, like, skill. Like, I can't, like, build things. I can't, like, make a building. I don't know very much about accounting. I don't know anything about, like, numbers. I've just been making videos, like, and it's scary because I get scared about that. Like, I should be taking, like, piano lessons, or I should be doing this, and maybe that'll actually be therapeutic from, like, you know, making videos. But I've just never done it. And I just keep it's weird. It's like,
people keep telling me I need to get a hobby, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do. I just don't like doing anything too.
You don't like doing anything?
I don't know.
Huh?
It's weird.
Well, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
It's just me. It's a me problem.
So, like, your main thing is you just like making the videos. I
just like making videos and then hanging out with friends. That's it. Very simple.
Like video games, you don't like to do?
No, I just don't have the patience. Yeah. And I also just...
Ultimate Frisbee, you don't...
Oh, no.
No?
Yeah.
I guess nobody likes that except for me. But, yeah, okay, so, okay. I don't have any advice.
I did love your advice, I guess, about the, like, your passion not being, like, what makes you happy.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a really good way to think about it, because I've been, like, so focused on doing it in a way that will make me happy, but I think not focusing on that would be smart. Probably. Yeah,
I think use it as a way to definitely keep yourself preoccupied and keep yourself going, for sure. But I wouldn't rely on, or at least I can't speak for anybody, but I just know that I have stopped relying on this, making videos to make me happy. It doesn't, I think it did. I think I thought it did in the beginning, because when I was younger, I started when I was 19. When I was younger, I was like, oh, this is the thing, man, this is it. And then you're just, like, left at, like, you know, 9 p.m. just, like, in bed. You're just like, what is, like, I feel icky. And I never used that word, but I felt, like, icky on the inside. I didn't know why. And I was like, well, but I'm making the videos. And I was like, oh, wait. I'm doing this because it's my passion, and I like doing it. It's something I think I'm good at, but it's not this thing that's making me feel the best.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would say keep doing it for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I guess it seems like you're on the right path.
I'm working on it. I think
Yeah.
definitely it's good that I've made some progress.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's gonna be trial and error and just figuring shit out. And I feel like eventually, I'm still young, so eventually
How old are you?
I'm 20.
You're 20.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
This is also, you have to realize that, and I'm still going through this too. I'm 24.
Yeah.
But all these feelings are very like young, feel of like, holy fuck, like what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Like, does life mean anything? Is it
Oh my
this?
God,
Is it
yeah.
that? Is all these existential questions that I'm still going through, even being 24. And I feel like it kind of just, as you get older, those questions just kind of like fade away, and you're like, I want a sandwich.
Yeah.
And then you're just like, I just want to eat a sandwich and like watch a movie and just like chill out. I wouldn't worry about it as much, because what is it gonna do?
Yeah.
What is you feeling panic and feeling all this stuff, unless you can't help it. But if you're willingly thinking these things and you're going down a rabbit hole of more and more like darkness, then just, what is it doing?
Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna get to the bottom of this hole and there's gonna be like a passageway into like happiness.
Yeah.
It's just you're digging yourself, and there's no point to feeling that way.
Honestly, I was literally, before this, I was going through like the spiral. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, and I was just, that makes so much sense.
What made me happy was that moment in Santa Monica. Like, that was what made me happy.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with anything.
Yeah.
Didn't have to do with thoughts. It didn't have to do with work. It didn't have to do with anything. It was just like a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I don't know.
I don't know too. It's just kind of like,
it's one of those things.
What it is.
Yeah. As I've gotten older, I've realized like there's not much, when you have like these conversations, there's not much that you can do to like actually give advice. It's more just venting.
Yeah, it's more more knowing that you're not alone too.
Yeah, that's.
It's nice.
All right, you ready to go?
Yeah.